What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 111 of Special Conditions, the TCG podcast where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I am joined by my co-host, Ken Pescator. What is up?
Hi, Adam. You have barrels of energy right now. Did you just drink coffee?
No.
What's
I have
what's
had
the deal?
Lots of coffee today.
It's you're very awake for 10:38 p.m. on a Thursday.
Listen, I'm just getting more energy.
Why? How?
Because I'm hyped. I'm excited to talk about the cards, the cardboard, the shiny cardboard. I love it.
The shiny cardboard. Let's talk about it. What do we have going on this week?
All right, on today's show, Machamp V-Max is our card of the week. Could this be a better fighting option than Lucario V-Star? We'll figure this out afterwards. We're going to rip into some packs, courtesy of Tish Smith. I have Astral Radiance, and Ken, what do you have?
I got Evolving Skies. I'm still going for the Umbreon.
Oh my god, if you get that, I would unload it and then just buy
a whole nother
boxes.
booster box.
Yeah, a whole nother booster box. It would be totally worth it. We're going to take a look at the card art featuring professors in our Art of the Week.
I switched it up a little bit. We're going to do professors. So no one professor card, just professor-y cards.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So trainers?
Just anything involving...
So trainers in general.
Yes. Man, Adam is cooking right now, dude. You're fired up.
Additional details on the Pokemon Go expansion have been released, including an insane new gimmick.
Yeah, we haven't recorded since they announced this whole Ditto thing, so I'm excited to talk about it.
Whoa. Did you just... we were trying to keep it on the
God,
DL until
Adam,
we got there.
What? Dude.
We're going to take a
Wow.
look at some of the featured cards in Astral Radiance, because why not? The set came out, and I'm loving it. Vancouver Regionals was last week, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to look at the top decks and some things that surprised me.
No, top 16 is pretty wild. And,
top 25 is wild.
I mean, even if
you go... The whole top cut is wild.
Oh my God, Adam is juiced right now. Wow. Incredible.
Just squeeze me. I'm full of that OJ.
My goodness. All right, let's talk about Machamp V-Max.
Let's talk about him. All right, so... you got to start with Machamp V. You got to get to the VMAX somewhere. And VMAXs, they take 3 prize cards. So when they get knocked out, you don't want this thing to be knocked out, period.
I thought you were going to go Smash Mouth, like you get back up again.
Get back. I get knocked down, but I'm a champ, so I get up again.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, for 1 fighting, 1 colorless, Revenge Buster does 50 damage. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 50 more damage. So 100 for 2 isn't really that promising, to be honest. Its second attack is for 1 colorless and 2 fighting, Seismic Toss, 140.
All right, well...
Nothing to really write home about, honestly.
No, however, the art on all of these cards is phenomenal, and it's worth noting that typically the full arts and the alt arts on the V versions of these cards are standouts, right? But I think even the base V Machamp is some of the coolest Machamp art I've seen ever.
I think the base V is my favorite art of Machamp in general.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the alt art is phenomenal. He's got food.
The full art looks... It gives you vibes of like old time Machamp. I don't know why.
Not
but
a
that's
fan.
Just,
not a fan of the full art.
But I'm not a fan of it.
No. Neither.
And then you've got the hyper rare secret whatever for the VMAX. I can't even see it.
Well, we're not even there yet.
We're still I'm just sick
mode.
of those. And then the V alternate art, that reminds me of playing Sword and Shield and running through that little town.
Ah, okay. Yeah. No, I really love all
I'm
of
not
these.
excited about it. $130 on TCG Player. Somebody's excited about it.
So Just Will put in the Discord, or I don't know, I think he mentioned it. It was $40 last week. And when I put the notes together and pulled the art, it was like $40. And I don't know, he posted, he goes, "Did you see Machamp V alt art? It's $130 now on TCG Player."
Yeah, so a month ago,
Why does this happen?
It was on May 22nd. It was around $50 to $60, and then it just skyrocketed because people probably had one or two, and they were just selling it to sell it, because they didn't know how many were going to be released, and then all of a sudden everybody wants it because it's the coolest art.
Well, you know what it is too? I think there was a couple YouTube videos about Machamp based decks, and typically when there's a social push or coverage of a specific card, it gets popular and that ups the demand. And I just think that people were talking about Machamp and the nature of the beast. People just went after it.
All right, so let's move on to Machamp V-Max. All right, this thing's sitting at a whopping 330 hit points, fighting type as per usual. It evolves from Machamp V. One fighting, one colorless, Revenge Buster. Feel like we've already read this attack. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 140 more damage.
All right,
so it's 80 damage
now we're talking.
plus 140.
That's a good 2 energy attack. I like that.
That's 220 damage for 2 energies.
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane.
That's KO power, baby.
And then G-Max Chi Strike, 240. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use G-Max Chi Strike.
I would just...
I'm tired of these max attacks,
just
the G-Max attacks.
Stick with Revenge Buster for 230. Chances are...
That's literally the only investment you need to make is those 2 energies. But that is it.
I think we've talked about this, right? 220, 230 is typically the two prize range, right? 2 prize card.
Right.
So you're good. And if you put like a little bit of a tool on here, you could even clear a little bit more. I would just spam the Revenge Buster turn after turn. Chances are your bench Pokemon are going to have damage on them, so 230 for 2 energy, I'll take that all day. Or 220, I'll take it all day.
Yeah, I think this is a solid replacement. I know that Lucario V-Star is 2 prize cards. Is the 3 prize cards worth it? I mean, it might be. I mean, if this thing can hit you for 2 energies for 220 damage... Okay, you knock it out, and then it comes up with another one, and it's just like, 220 more damage. Take that.
I dig it.
Unless you're playing something like Mew V-Max, and you can just one-shot it easily, you're going to have a hard time taking this down.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been running the Rapid Strike Urshifu and been feeling the burn of having a weakness to Psychic. So I totally understand where you're coming from there. Like, sometimes I have no hope, you know what I mean? So this would fall under the same, the same thing, having the psychic weakness. But I don't know. I just think it's economical. I think that's why this card will work so well from an attack perspective.
And it was sitting around $5, around the same time that the Machamp V alt art was. It's slowly rising. It's steadily going up.
It's $4 right now.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I'm looking at the trend. It looks like it's going up because people are understanding that is powerful. That is a powerful attack.
I understand like this is going to be a better alternative or a different alternative to the Lucario V-Star, but is it a better alternative to like an Urshifu?
It's still a 2 energy attack. So I think it is. I do like the versatility that Urshifu has with its 2 attacks. So like the first one, you can hit and run.
Yes.
So you can do a little chip damage and run away and put out something that you don't really care about. And then the Urshifu V-Max can snipe and do some big damage. Or you can bring it active and do some big damage for 1 energy. So it's got versatility where Machamp just has straight raw power.
Yeah. What I found with the Urshifu V is that when I'm doing that attack that allows me to do the swap post attack, I'm typically doing that out of necessity, like because I don't have the energy or I don't have the ability to evolve. But it ends up working out because then I could just kind of like sack swap and bring like a single prize into the active and let the opponent take that out, and then, especially if I have a no retreat Rapid Strike stadium in play, something like that, I can easily get the Urshifu back in. But
Yep.
The other thing to note here, though, is the Machamp V-Max has a 3 energy retreat. So
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but you're still going to have to give up some energy, even if you're running the stadium, which is going to reduce it by 2.
You can play Switch.
Yep.
You could play Escape Rope. There's cards.
Oh no, I know.
There's ways around that. You can even throw an air balloon and just discard 1 energy. It is a raw power, and if you can't stop it, if you can't end the cycle, like this turn 2 could be hitting you for 220 damage. Yes, Arceus can hit for 200, but if they go second and they miss, and they're not able to set up, this thing could just roll straight through.
Yeah, but
a couple well-timed boss's orders, it can make it hard to set up.
Yeah, I mean, but and it's got some tankiness to it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly,
most VMAXs, but 330, it's still going to be pretty much under any circumstance. It's going to be a 2-round to get rid of this thing unless you're running with Psychic. So I like the utility of it, and I don't know. I not that I've tried the Lucario V-Star, but we did talk about it last week, or the other week, and we were kind of like, I don't know if this necessarily has a place, especially with the dominance of Mew. But looking at this, I think that just because it's so offensive and has a lot of hit points like that, I don't know. I think it.
Well, listen, I've got a pack in my hand of Astral Radiance. And my thinking is that I could pull this VMAX and be super happy.
Are you saying you want to open cards already? Is that what you're getting at?
I'm saying we can rip into some packs.
All right, I'm down.
All right, I'm going first, though, because I want to try for this Machamp.
Spoiler alert, I got a green code.
Spoiler alert, I haven't even opened my pack. Hang on. All right, code is CVJ DMC 64X9Y62. Good luck, trainers, to those who get it. Or, well, the one, obviously. Lightning Energy, Trekking Shoes, Golduck, Grant, Teddy Ursa, Mantine, Scyther, Glameow, Hisuian Voltorb. Reverse rare is Bronzong. And my rare is a Leafeon. I'm going to get another pack ready while you open
I was
up.
about to say, don't do it. I saw it in your eyes. I was like, he's going to want to open a second pack.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
You are so impulsive. All right, so I got Evolving Skies, 7QG V4 BN QQ WHQG. That is a lot of Qs. Good luck. All right, we got Dark Energy, SQ, Scroll of Flying Dragon, Crustle, Teddy Ursa, Hoppip, Hitmonchan, Fletchling, Tentacool. My reverse is Single Strike Slack Off, and my rare is a non-hollow Rapid Strike Wishy-Washy. Jeez. Well, you know what, man? I had solid pulls the past 2 weeks, so I guess I should just be okay. Be okay with the regular rare. I'll take it.
Yes, you should be okay with it. Me, on the other hand, I am about to open some Astral Radiance again because I want something. All right,
let's hear it.
I'm going to give out a code card. It is 7MQ2DCBY7LXKW. Good luck to the trainer that grabs it. But if you took the first one, don't take that one. Darkness Energy, Wish Cash, Temple of Sinnoh. I've got an Ursaring. I've got a Ponard, a Poochyena, a Yanma, a Drifloon, a Sudowoodo. My reverse hollow is a rare Registeel, and a hollow Irida. Irida. That's not good enough. That is not good enough.
I'm not going to let you open another one.
Ken says he's not going to let me. I'm on it. I'm doing the third one. It's already ripped into. You can't stop me. But I'm keeping that code just to save time. All right.
Yeah, to save time.
Water Energy, Hisuian Electrode, Gutsy Pixaxe, Duat, Basculin, Swinub, Chatot, Ponyta. I got 2 Ponytas, a rare reverse hollow cleaver, and a Registeel. Are you serious right now?
You're not opening another pack, Adam. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
You need to
All
stop.
right. All right. Moving on after that depressing show of pack opening there. Let's see. Let's take a look at these professors.
All right.
What do you say,
yeah.
Professor Ken?
Yes. We're going to run through these pretty quick. I'm not going to give too much backstory on the illustrators this week just so we can keep it moving. But I figured to do something a little bit different instead of looking at 4 cards from one Pokemon, we'll just go with more of a theme. So what I pulled up was cards revolving around professors. I literally put professor in the TCG player search bar, and there's a significant amount of cards that share the word professor in one way or another. So with the first card I picked being base set Imposter Professor Oak, I just always loved this card for whatever reason back in the day. I don't know. Bad guy Professor Oak just looked cool to me. Like, I just always loved it. Like, and with this, it's pretty much Professor's research, right? You know what I mean? But it's
yeah.
But it's your opponent. You know what I mean? So I guess that's the imposter part of it. So it's like Professor research for your opponent. But the look of it is just really cool. It's just angry Professor Oak. If you picture like a bad guy in a movie, that's what this looks like. So if you've never seen it, just check out the blog on PokemonProfessor.com because it's just a classic design, classic card. And I had good juxtaposition here by pulling up this next one from Lost Thunder. We don't talk about Lost Thunder too much, but this is Professor Elm's lecture, full art. And you see the starters. I don't even know what's going on with Professor Elm, but he's, I don't know, he looks very scared. He's just kind of like being swarmed by Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. So it's just a fun, kind of whimsical look, but the professor has this ridiculous expression on his face, and I thought it was fun. And
listen, when you brought up professors, the first one that I went after was like Elm, because I remember playing Professor Elm's training method forever ago. And so, I just typed in Professor Elm, and I'm looking at all these. And so Professor Elm's training method, he's being bitten by a Totodile.
That's right.
He's got food in his other hand, so he's like, ah! So I think it's a callback to that scene from way back when.
That's pretty funny. And like what I like about this is the text on the card is search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon with 60 hit points or less, reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. So even from Lost Thunder, think about the power creep, right? Like, you kind of need Level Ball now to get 90 hit points and less. Like 60 hit points, there's very, very few cards.
There's not enough. That's like if you want Magikarps at this point.
Well, I think Minchino is 60 hit points in the current format, but there's not many. There's definitely not many at 60. But like 70 and 90, you see a little bit more often. Like this card, like Lost Thunder, when was that? That wasn't too long ago. That's Sun and Moon block, right? That wasn't.
Yes.
Not too long ago. Not too long ago. I thought it was funny that 60 already just seems like so old school. And speaking of old school, this one kind of had the similar vibe to me as Professor Oak, but this one is Professor Rowan, who's kind of like an unsung professor from Diamond and Pearl. And this was like the era that I was out, so I don't really have an affinity to Professor Rowan, but I don't know. I just like the style of this because the background of the card looks like a Bob Ross painting, and the foreground of the card is like a very basic cell-shaded Professor Rowan. So there's like this bizarre, like amazing, like photorealistic painting of a mountainscape in the background, and then just like Professor Rowan looks like he was a sticker just like added to the front of it. So funny. But the Diamond and Pearl cards, the framing on them and everything was unique too. So you have this kind of, I don't know, it's a unique aesthetic just for the framing of the card and the background colors and all that kind of stuff. It has like this monochromatic kind of scaling that comes through it, and like these funky lines that are down towards the bottom by the expansion icon. But I dig the card. I thought the art was really cool. I like the background better than the professor, but That's kind of why I picked it. I mean, there was like a million options. I was like, this one's just different. Like, look at the background. It literally looks like a photo. So I picked that one. And this next one and the final one, it has a little bit more of a modern aesthetic and a modern feel to it, but it's from Plasma Freeze, so it is still kind of a couple sets back. But this is the full art for Professor Juniper, and she's just looking awesome. So I totally dig this. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Just the usual professorage going on with get rid of your hand and pulling 7 in, the opposite of Imposter Professor Oak. But it's pretty cool. Is that a Dex in her hand? Is that what that is, or is that something different? What am I looking at there?
I believe it is.
Yeah, it might just be like the Dex from the era. But I don't know. She's just looking rad. She got her Professor lab coat on, looking stylish. So thought this was really cool. So we have Imposter Professor Oak, Professor Elm, Professor Rowan, and Professor Juniper. So pretty cool, diverse look at this. Make sure you check out the blog, PokemonProfessor.com, so you can check out the art in person and let us know which one you like best. There's a lot of different styles here, so
many different styles.
Cool stuff. Adam, we need to talk about Pokemon Go expansion before we take a break, because I think this is really exciting. And
this is why I'm so hyped.
And we're a month away. We are literally a month away. I have no cards pre-ordered, and I'm really sad about it.
I have nothing pre-ordered because I haven't pre-ordered anything.
I'm so sad. I'm like,
part of me just like hopes that by some miracle they'll get like just dropped off at my house, and it'll be like,
that's what I'm hoping
from Pokemon. Yep. That's so nice of you.
See, I'm hoping the same thing. I've been working those Pokemon angles, and I've hit dead ends, but because it's Pokemon Go, I'm hoping that the Niantic hookup will come through, and we'll somehow get these cards, because there is a TCG crossover event happening mid-July in Pokemon Go. So,
which makes no sense.
Why?
How is that going to work? Are you wait a minute. You know what? Your avatar is probably going to be able to hold cards.
Adam, I think I know.
As a pose.
I think I know what your pose is going to be. But look, there'll probably be some kind of Meltan connection. I'm assuming that Meltan will come back as a shiny in Pokemon Go. We have Mewtwo coming back into Pokemon Go. So a lot of the Pokemon featured in the set are going to be, be available in Pokemon Go during the release window. So
so we'll probably get tons of Bidoofs, and they can be Ditto, essentially.
Remember like Wooper Watch? Like if they do like another Bidoof, like a Bidoof takeover again, that would be super awesome. I'm totally here for it. But
I don't know how excited I'd be.
What?
I mean, I still need the shiny, to be honest. I still need the shiny.
Oh. Well, let's talk about what we have so far. There's a pretty good amount of details that have been released on this, and we're pretty close to it. But the gimmick that no one saw coming and kind of took everyone by surprise, so much surprise that when the first videos of it came out, everyone thought it was fake, and we were like,
"Are you talking about the Radiant Pokemon?"
I'm not talking about Radiant Pokemon. I'm talking about Ditto. But we'll get there in a second.
Ditto?
Yeah, all right. We'll talk about Ditto first. So, and
what's up with Ditto?
Well, I still have a lot of questions here. So I'll link in the description to a video that the Pokemon TCG official Instagram put up that shows them running through a couple cards. You see the Mewtwo V-Star. You see a Bidoof reverse. You see Pokestop, like a bunch of cards. But they get to this Bidoof card, and then they do a close-up of the corner right next to like the set number, and there's a Ditto icon. And then next to the Ditto, because it has the Ditto icon, the person then peels the front layer of the card off like a decal and reveals a Ditto beneath it. It's the coolest thing ever. I think there's no cooler way they could have possibly shown off a Ditto in disguise when it comes to the TCG, outside of having like something lenticular, right? Like where, from one angle you see a different Pokemon, and then another angle you see the
that
Bidoof.
would be, even that would have been so cool. Make it some sort of like reverse hollow, but it be a lenticular, like actual hollow in the actual Pokemon
you wouldn't
frame.
be able to do it with the card stock that they use. Like a lenticular card would have to have been thicker. So you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're very right.
However, this is my question, and I posed this the other day in the Discord, and I was getting mixed responses. So they show the Bidoof, right? Does that mean that only Bidoofs could potentially have this Ditto icon and then have the Ditto beneath it? Or could you pull a Mewtwo V-Star and it happens to have the Bidoof, or the Ditto icon, and then you're really not pulling a Mewtwo V-Star?
I am not sure, but I'm pretty certain any of the Pokemon can be.
Oh, dude, I don't know how I feel about that then.
But I don't know if like a V or a V-Star or a Radiant Pokemon could be a Ditto. Like, I just don't know, because like Eevee should never unless you get a Radiant Eevee and then you peel it and there's a shiny Ditto in the back. That would be super epic.
I don't know. One thing we do know, though, is the card itself, whatever the face value card is that shows the Ditto icon, is not eligible for tournament play. So, like in this case, there was a Bidoof that they show in the video. That Bidoof would not be a playable card. The Ditto, however, is. So you would have to peel it away.
Yeah, because it would be it would be thicker.
Right.
So therefore, it could be considered a mark card.
You could mark it, yeah. So I'm just very curious to see how this rolls out, because I don't know it. But the irony here.
And then the other question I would have is, for a completionist, are you going to take those those like peel offs and then attach them to like an energy and then collect them?
Well, in the video, it's not like you have to destroy what you peel off. It looks like it comes off easily, like in clean. So there's no like real adhesive, and it's not like you have to tear it. So it looks like it could be saved. Like, I don't know, you make like a proxy style thing.
Yeah, and also like this is the weird thing too. I've never seen anything like this in the entire time I've been playing Pokemon, so like competitively since 2008. I mean, Pokemon just in general, I've never seen something like this. So could this, if for sealed collectors, keep this stuff sealed, could that break down over time and actually ruin the cards?
Interesting.
I'm curious on that.
I don't think so, because it's going to be compressed within the pack. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's going to have air, oxidizing.
Well, if anything, I meant like, will it break down the actual like Ditto behind it? Or like could it actually adhere to it and stick to it over a long period of time, because people are going to want to have this stuff sealed?
Something interesting regarding Astral Radiance, just to backpedal a little bit. Mythical Hitch got a bunch of cards. I think he bought a couple booster boxes, and he said that his holo cards from Astral Radiance, just by leaving them out for a little while, curled so hard that some of them almost like touched edges like a taco. Like that's how like how much they actually curved up upon themselves. That's insane. So,
and I've seen the pictures in Discord. I don't want to believe it.
He's like, yeah, it's fine. Just compress them or put them in a sleeve and it's all good. But hearing that and then looking at this, I'm like, ugh, I don't know. It's kind of like, what materials are they using? Is it like a decal, or is it, I don't know. I'd worry about even damaging. Like, how would you be able to properly peel this without like sticking your fingernail in the corner of the card and potentially like scuffing up the corner of the Ditto underneath,
And here's even another question as far as grading goes. Are you able to send in a quote-unquote Ditto card to be graded with the sticker on it? Will they even look at it and say, no, you need to peel that before that happens? Or did they, you know what I mean? Like, would this be something that's hard to get a PSA 10 because everybody has to peel it? I don't know.
I don't know how that would work. That's
lots
hilarious.
Of good questions. Write us. Let us know if you have any questions, because we have questions.
Well,
and we need answers.
Let us know if you already have a Ditto, because did you see Leonhardt's video when he was opening an Astral Radiance box and there was a Candela card or something in the front of the box?
Yes.
It's like, why is there a Pokemon Go card in the front of my Astral Radiance box? But getting back to the cards that Pokemon.com featured for Astral Radiance, and for the Pokemon Go set, we have the legendary birds, so you have Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and I do like the placement of the Pokemon Go stamp on these because it kind of crosses over between the actual art box into the framing of the card, so I really like the placement of the Pokemon Go logo. Don't necessarily like the artwork of the birds, but they show off Melmetal V-Max, which has phenomenal art. G-Max Juggernaut, one singular move, 160 plus damage. I really like the art on this card. This attack does 60 more damage for each extra energy steel energy attached to this Pokemon. In addition to attack cost, you can add more than 120 damage in this way. But either way, you could put, you have 3 energies on there. You're still going to do 120 more damage, 280 hit points, pretty much any 2 prize card you're taking out. So pretty cool that it'll have that. The other cards that they show are the Bidoof and Bibarel, and this Bidoof that they show does not have the Ditto icon on it. So the one in the video did, this one does not. So it's not that every single Bidoof will have the Ditto icon, only some. Again, more questions. Like, is this... Like, dude, there's no way they're going to make me feel the joy and get the dose of serotonin of pulling a Melmetal V-Max and then it has a Ditto icon and I have to peel it away. Like, no, don't do that to me. That's
Imagine that on the podcast. We're like, oh my God, we got a Radiant Charizard. And then you peel it back and you're like, no, it's a Ditto.
That would be, I'm telling you, they better not do that.
Or they print the Ditto by mistake, so you're trying to peel the card when it's not actually peelable. I feel like that's going to be some sort of like epic error right there, is if they print that.
No, please no.
That would be insane.
Please no. But the Bibarel card is absolutely hilarious that they show. They show the Bibarel like eating a tree in the background, and there's just giant derpy Smeargle in the front. Just very, very hilarious looking card. Of course, they feature the Ditto in the article as well, but I don't know. This set has a ton of hype. It's going to be really interesting to see how this set does at retail. There's plenty of Pokemon Go trainers that have never bought TCG cards before that are like waiting to buy this set. That means that scalpers are going to be back at it. They're going to be all over it. And there's Mewtwo in the set. There's Charizard in the set. These are chase cards, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I just hope it's semi-available. I still do not have stock at my Targets and Walmarts in Jersey here. So
really?
Yeah.
My Walmart is like jacked.
Like I was at a Target the other day, and all they had was about 100 Pikachu V boxes. That's it. Just the Pikachu V boxes, no individual packs, no anything else, just Pikachu V. So, I just hope that this is somewhat available, because I know a lot of Pokemon Go trainers are going to get it. It's a great opportunity to have these trainers from Pokemon Go cross over to the TCG, and if they're excited about the TCG and they want to get the product and they hit up 2 stores, they can't find it, we're going to lose them. You know what I mean? Like they're never going to have the chance to give it a shot. So we'll have to see. But I'm really hyped for the set. What is it? What is the actual? It's July 1st, so it is July. Oh, we're less than a month away. I'm so sad.
Yeah, I think when I get paid tomorrow, I may just have to pre-order on PokemonCenter.com the Pokemon Go Center Elite Trainer Box Plus.
The tears. I have so many tears because I am not pre-ordering it. I'm so sad.
You should totally pre-order it.
I can't, man. I have to be a responsible adult. I can't spend money on cardboard right now. That's why I need Niantic to come through. Come on, Niantic. What's up? Help. Please help. All right, Adam, I think we should take a break. We'll come back.
Let's take a break for sure.
You've opened a pretty good amount of Astral Radiance, right?
Yeah.
I saw you open the ETB on Instagram the other day, so I know you've at least opened that. You've opened a couple packs today, so I want to get your take on it, and we'll talk about some of the cards that Pokemon.com featured, and then we'll talk about Vancouver Regionals, which it was pretty exciting because we're seeing some different stuff, and this has been my first season of Play Pokemon where I've actually really paid attention to the competitive meta, so it's been really fun to see how this has developed over time, even without the release of new cards. Like, we're seeing cards and decks do very well in these tournaments, and it's not like they're newly released cards. They're from sets that have been out. They just happen to be, being used in the right way to make him competitive. So super exciting stuff, but I say we take a little break, come back, and wrap it up. B, what do you say?
All right, trainers, we'll be back right after this. And we are back. Ken, are you hydrated?
I am actually very hydrated.
I'm dehydrated. From the lack of Pokemon card talk, we got to get back to it. Let's go.
Dude,
this podcast
you
is...
are still... Oh. Dude, I'm sorry. You are still... What is... Like, do you have, like, extra oxygen being pumped into your house right now? Like a casino or something? It's amazing. I like this, Adam. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. But this is like 8 a.m., Adam. I don't understand.
Let me get a little housekeeping out of the way, okay?
Dude,
and then
go for
we
it.
should totally get on this 8 a.m. type thing and start podcasting wicked early. I'd love it.
If we start podcasting in the morning, that would be a game changer. I'm down.
All right. This podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our Patreon-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with the most fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Ken, we did not do one for this month. That means we have to double the coming month. Okay?
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Registration's in the Discord. We hope to see you there. We're going to have an awesome tournament this month because it's double. It's worth double. Ken, I don't know what that means, but you're going to have to describe it and say it right now.
I don't know what it means either.
All right. Huge thank you to our gym leaders. Absolutely Ryan, Chris, Grant, Jamal, JD, Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp Diem, Sue, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Zom Minus. Want to give a huge thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith. Thank you, whoop, whoop, as always. Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave us a review, and also check out the blog. It's there.
Yes, and also bookmark the page for our TCGplayer.com affiliate link. If you shop at TCG Player, bookmark our page, start your shopping experience from that page. It helps us out, doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's an easy way to support us without having to spend any extra dough. And you could buy a $140 Machamp V-Max. Dude, I still can't get over how much that card jumped in price.
Yeah, it's absolutely gnarly. But anyway, we've got Astral Radiance. It came out. I'm feeling the radiance. So many trainers around the world are opening this set. Some are even finding Radiant Pokemon Go cards like Charizard and Blastoise.
Like, do you think this is intentional?
It has to be intentional. There's no other way. Because why would it just be the Charizard? Or why would it just be the Blastoise? That is some serious, unusual hype.
No, I think the Leonhardt had a full art trainer. I think it was a Candela card, wasn't it?
Okay. Well, I believe so.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was a production issue because these were all from cards and packages that went out to creators. So I haven't heard of anyone at retail having this happen. So maybe it was a first run thing. But again, shout to Mythical Hitch. He said that from his 2 booster boxes, so 36 packs, he had 18 hits. And then in the second box, he had 17 hits. So, like, do you think there's some conspiracy theory here where first run of these products can have a different pull rate than subsequent runs? Or is that just, like, tinfoil hat?
I think that's tinfoil hat. And to be honest, there was a lot of discrepancy because I'm looking back at the Leonhardt video, and it's in the front of his Arceus box. So he didn't get an Arceus V promo. He got the Candela promo.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it was an issue. That's why I think it was an error.
Yeah, that had to have been error.
Is
I mean, clearly.
is this from the manufacturing plant that Pokemon
Yes.
just bought?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, because how else does clearly the Pokemon Go product has already been printed. We know that. Like, it's, goes without saying. They can't be like, oh, here's all these products and images without having the actual product. It had to have slipped in. It had to have gotten in the mix, because if people are opening Radiant Pokemon from Astral Radiance and those Radiant Pokemon happen to be Charizard or Blastoise, because the Wasi did a video and some people on Twitter were sharing that they got those out of Astral Radiance boxes.
Oh, like non-creators?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Something's weird.
I'm sure they printed all the Radiant Pokemon on like the same sheet.
Why? No, that doesn't make sense.
Because there's only why would you waste that same? Like, it doesn't make sense to only print 3 Pokemon that could be at the Radiant when they need to do the promo Eevee. They need to do.
You're saying because the foil pattern
the Blastoise,
is the same.
the Charizard. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they just print a sheet of the Charizard? Like, it doesn't need to have like, okay, we can only put 3 of
I don't know. I'm not in there. I don't know what goes on behind the closed
Call
doors.
the factory. That's it.
But if I was a betting man, I would say they had these all ready to go and they just happened to slip in, because there's water, aka Greninja, and there's fire, aka Heatran. So I could easily see those 2 going on the same run because they're all fire. And I could see all like the Blastoise and the Greninja going on to one because they're all water.
All right.
So
well, you're making sense. You're making sense, but
yeah, okay. I'm just speculating. But anyways, Astral Radiance is here.
5 days it's been out at the time of this
And
recording.
as you alluded to, in that ETB box opening, I pulled a full art Samrat V on a Rangaroo V full art, and then I also pulled the alt art Hoot Hoot, which is like an old man sitting on a mountain and Hoot Hoot, and they're just it's like so far back, and it's just a tiny little Hoot Hoot.
Is it just a regular Hoot Hoot? Like,
yeah.
So there is.
It's like a 50 hit point regular Hoot Hoot.
And they have an alt art version of it? It's like
Yes.
not a subset card. It's just
yeah.
it's
It's
the trainer.
it's a trainer gallery.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you type that in, you can see it.
Yes. How did Pokemon Bobby Snaps and Lay do? How were their pulls?
Hex and Bobby basically destroyed us.
What'd they pull?
Myself and Lee did not do very well. Bobby started off strong with a hyper rare of one of the trainers, I believe. And then him and Hex both pulled like the same altar Weirdeer.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
they just kept pulling stuff left and right, and I'm just like, so they need to play the lottery. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe they just need to buy more Pokemon cards.
No. They just need to play the lottery because they need to win lots of money because they have so much luck.
All right. Well, the first card that Pokemon.com talks about here is the Suian Samrat V-Star. You pull the V. What do you think of this card?
What do I think of the card? Well, let's see. They came out with Dark Patch, so it can easily be powered up in like one turn. It does have to evolve into the V-Star, which is fine. Let's read its V-Star ability. Moon, Cleave, Star. During your turn, you may put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, that's cool. For 2 dark energies, Merciless Blade, which keep in mind that you literally can just have a Samurott V in the bench and then just evolve, Dark Patch, attach. Does 110 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack does 110 more damage. So that's 220.
We're at our magic 220 number.
Yeah, you're at the magic 220, and it hits hard. It's not weakness to fighting, so you don't have to worry necessarily of Machamp. And I think Dark is in a good position right now.
Well, didn't Eternatus start to? Aren't people talking about Eternatus again?
Yep.
Is that
'Cause you can
because
play-
of Dark Patch?
Yeah, and he's like, you can play Samrat V-Star. You can play all these other cards. Like, there's tons of different cards you can play. I was actually playing Eternatus recently on the ladder and was like, oh, look at me. I'm facing Urshifu. And I just, because I had been like looking at Darkrai and looking at Samrat and getting all hyped.
Because they're weak to grass.
Yeah, and then I got destroyed
You're like,
by
oh, yeah.
the Urshifu.
Oh yeah, I'm weak to
Yeah,
that.
I was like, shoot, I'm weak to fighting. And it was like 3 prize cards, and I'm like, cool, I literally have nothing left.
All right, next card is Flapple, and I totally at first I hated this art, and now I love it. And it's like one of the trainer gallery cards with Milo in the background. It has like this brushed watercolor kind of vibe going on, but the Flapple itself just looks absolutely ridiculous, and I kind of love it. What do you think of this one?
I still don't understand how Flapple is like an actual Pokemon.
What do you
Because it's
mean?
definitely, it's like a lizard, but it doesn't have like a bottom half. It has a.
It's got the core of the he's the core of the apple.
He's rotten to the core. That's all I'm gonna say. So, it literally is an apple, and then it just opens up, and it's a Flapple.
Milo is picking apples in an apple patch. He has a basket of apples, and there's a
So
box of
what
apples there.
do you think that that barrel of apples or whatnot has Flapples?
No,
or
those are
applins?
apples.
Just, how do you know the difference? This looks like
Because
this thing
this
could
one has
hide.
a body and eyeballs.
I don't know. I have some feelings for Flapple because it's one of those. It could hide itself, and you could be like, "Oh, that's just an apple," and then it could just like open up and fly away.
No, I totally love the art on this. I love all the trainer
love the
gallery
art.
cards. The trainer gallery cards are
I
just
like
great.
I like this card in general. I like its apple drop. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you place any damage counters in this way, shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck.
In and
So it's
out.
like a rinse and repeat.
Yep, in and out.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it
its
just
own
adds
scoop up net.
damage. Yeah, exactly. And you could just like leave that on the bench like Applins. It's like, yeah, if they take it out, oh, okay, you took a prize. Like good on you. You're like, I'm just setting, and you could use this with the Samrat.
Yep, and level ball.
You know what I
You
mean?
can grab it with level ball too.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yep.
All right, what card do we got next?
All right, Hisuian Sneasler V.
Sneasler.
Sneasler.
So I absolutely love the fact that they have the shadow, like the shadowed out or grayed out attacks, which means they essentially can attack for free.
Yep.
You could put this Pokemon in any single deck, and it doesn't matter because it could just attack. It's got free retreat, which I absolutely love. Hate that it's weak to fighting, but Poison Claws. Your opponent's active Pokemon's now poisoned.
No energy.
You know what works with this? The Toxicroak.
Yeah.
I don't remember what set it's from,
Yep,
but it like
yep.
adds 2 damage
Yes,
counters, so you could
yes.
just play this and a whole bunch of Toxicroaks. But for darkness and a colorless, it does Dire Claw. This attack does 80 damage for each special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon. Holy cow, did they say special conditions?
They did,
Woo!
and as long as you can keep this in play for 2 turns, you can get it in. Poison with Poison Claws in turn 1, and then in turn 2, Dire Claw for 2 energies, do 80 times with so 160 essentially for 2 energy. And then
I'm
no
pretty sure
retreat.
there's a Butterfree that like you can evolve really fast from Pupitate from the Caterpie and the Metapod, and then the Butterfree puts 3 different special conditions down.
Ooh, interesting.
And then you could just scoop up net, bring it up, and then attack for 240 for 2 energies. And it's got free retreat.
Yeah. No, that's wild. Now, what do you think of the art or the design of Sneasler? Because it's
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either, but that seems to be an unpopular opinion. Like, people love it. You know what it is? I think that is it a V-Max or V-Star? The other artwork is really cool, where it's like climbing on the side of a mountain or something like that. That one looks
the
really
alt
cool,
art?
the alt art. But I don't know. The design of this Pokemon in general does absolutely zero for me. I think it's just bipedal Pokemon in general. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Well, I think I'm used to Weavile. I don't like Weavile really, and it's like, oh hey, here's a new one.
See, I like Weavile.
Sneasler.
I don't like the
I don't
name
know.
either. It's like a Like, bless you. I will now play my Suian Sneasler Viddy. Bless you. That's what I'm going to do. When I sneeze next, I'm going to say, Sneasler.
Suian Sneasler.
This next card is weird.
Weird Deer. It's weird. It's Weird Deer. Weird Deer to my heart. Like, I feel like this is like a play on words. It's got Frontier Road. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may move any amount of energy from your other Pokemon to it. Okay, so it's basically the Farfetch'd from one of the sets, or the promo? I don't know. But it does the same thing, but with fighting energies. Psyshield Bash for 3 colorless energies. This attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Now that could be really good because it could fit into pretty much anything. And anything that has energy acceleration, this can fit into. Because you could just drop it, bring it active, move all the energies, and just do a massive hit at the end.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I actually like this design. I like Weird Ear's design, and I like the design of this card. I think the background is cool, and it's a cool juxtaposition of this very basic cell-shaded looking Weird Ear with this funky... I don't even know how to describe that background, but it's pretty funky.
Next up, we've got Gapeja Bog. This card is really cool and interesting. It's a stadium. Whenever either player puts a basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon.
Why do you want to play this?
Well, if you're like me, you're like, wow, well, doesn't Samrat do more damage for, if the opponent's Pokemon has damage counters on it?
Yeah, you're pretty much sacrificing. Sorry, I have a cat going absolutely ballistic in the background.
And doesn't this also help Machamp V-Max too? Because you have damage on your Pokemon on the bench.
On the bench. Yes. Yep.
Oh, all these cards are making sense now.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, there's obviously other applications. That's just, some to be reckoned with there.
Well, I guess if you're running a 2 or 3 prize deck where 20 damage isn't going to tip the tide, you know what I mean? It's not going to like really hurt too bad, and then you could play 3 cards, like put 3 cards on your bench in one turn, and then you have 60 damage on there. Then when you play the Machamp, and the Machamp is doing, I guess all you have to do is all you have to have is 1 damage counter on a bench Pokemon. You get that bonus on the Machamp.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, now it makes sense. Continue.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all that's in the article for the Astral Radiance. I mean, there's clearly other really good cards.
Yeah, this was just kind of like the preview that they had put out prior to release, but I figured we'd talk about it since the cards are out and people are starting to pull this stuff. I don't know. I've heard, like, we were on a Pokemon Go podcast last night with some people that are into the TCG, and Dino from BTW podcast was like, man, I really don't like the art in this set. And I was like, what are you talking about? The art is so phenomenal. He's crazy, right?
And I mean, I get it for a lot of these full arts. Like, they don't really do anything for me. Like, looking at the Oranguru, it's just like uninspiring is the only word I can use for it. The V-Star for Decidueye, it doesn't show off its ninja-esque scale. The Starmie that they show is just kind of like computer generated. It just doesn't look epic for a Starmie V. It feels like it's the Hidden Fates one that I have a million of. That
yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, you know what I mean? It just feels like a card I already have 100 of in my binder, And like the Samrat V full art actually looks decent.
Yeah,
it's got like poison water coming up from it. I like the V-Star. Like there's I'd say I'm 50-50 with the art.
Well, you didn't like the Hisuian Decidueye, right? You didn't like that card.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look more into this.
I love the Samrat.
I do.
And
like
I love the
Samrat.
Typhlosion. The Typhlosion's cool too.
Yeah, the Samrat's cool. I put that in the thumbnail of this episode because it looked really nice.
I put that on everything.
I put it on everything. All right, man. We got one more topic to talk about, and that's going to be Vancouver Regionals that were this weekend. Shout out to Parker Lish from the U.S. for doing us proud,
Representing the U.S.
representing and just running some good old.
I mean,
Arceus.
Tord was the runner-up, so
Yeah, I mean, Tord is the man, so that's quite the feat, and it is cool seeing Tord being the only one not from the continental North America in the top 37 that they show here on Limitless. But Adam, run us through some of the lists that we see here. What's different? I'm seeing lots of different Pokemon and lots of different combinations of Pokemon that we haven't seen in other regionals or even the European Championships.
So I mean, we'll start with the top 16. You've got Dark Inteleon, you've got Genesect, you've got Ice Rider with Inteleon, you've got Inteleon Arceus, like that's basic and normal. You've got Mew with Genesect, or Mew, whatever. There's 3 of those. You've got Arceus with Malamar, which is really interesting.
That's a cool combo.
Then you've got Inteleon Rapid Strike Urshifu. You've got Arceus with Gyarados. You've got Arceus with Corviknight.
All right, so this is the list that I wanted to talk about because this one's pretty interesting. I love this Corviknight card. I think the artwork on it is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't know. I haven't seen this card even discussed in the competitive meta, so I thought it was really interesting that it's here.
Which is funny you say that because episode 85, I believe, of the Trashalanch podcast, I believe they had the guest on there was Dan, I forget the last name, Huger, I don't know. But they were talking about Indy, and they were talking about how, like, you shouldn't play Corviknight. And then all of a sudden, here it is
Top
in 3rd
4.
place. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, no way.
No,
I was like, really? Or it's 4th place, yeah. I was just like, no way. Weren't they just saying that was bad?
No, I think this is really cool because it really shows that, like, this is a battle styles card, right? Like, so, I mean, these aren't new cards. It's just people finding new ways to play with them.
Yeah, and even 24th place, Zach Lesage. Shout out to Zach. Let's get it. Let's go.
What's he running? I have to look. I'm looking at the list. Hold on.
Well, he's also, it looks pretty similar.
Oh, he's running the Corviknight as well. All right. So, yeah, That's fun.
Yeah, the list looks pretty similar.
So, actually, I pulled up on Limitless TCG. I just pulled up all the people that were running so far this year running the Arceus Corviknight. And it looks like in the Secaucus Regionals here in Jersey, it was 18th, 28th, and 54th. And it was 16th and 17th in Indy. So, people are sneaking it in. And I guess, Nathan Shaw just got it to work well in Vancouver.
Yeah.
But
and sometimes it's matchups,
Sure. But I don't know.
You come
I love
across
it.
that one Charizard V-Max, you're like, uh-oh.
I don't know, man. I'm just an artwork nerd. The art is so good in the V. It's so good in the V-Max. It's just really cool to see these cards in play because they look so damn good.
And it's like, just looking at all the decks in general, you see Drew Townsend with the Suicune, Ludicolo, Inteleon.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You've got Inteleon V-Max in 36th. You got Whimsicott in 37th.
Wait, there's running Hoopa V and Luminion V in this as well? This list is bananas. That's so cool. Bam. All right, Adam. Well, I think we did it.
But yeah, congrats to everybody that did well. Congrats to everybody that went. Good luck in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. Yep. These events are happening like every week. It seems like.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. There's so much content to watch, so it's been good for spectators too. It's fun to watch this stuff. But that's all she wrote. Man.
All right, Ken. With that silence, please, 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 trainers, we would love to find out what you think of the format in general. What cards do you think will change the meta, or what do you think is going to be the top decks moving forward with Astral Radiance? Email us, info@specialconditionstcg.com. Leave us a voicemail, text us, send us a picture, 732-835-8639. Ken, is that it?
I think that's it.
All right, trainers, remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.